saying thank you to all of my amazing family for coming to celebrate my bat mitzvah with me. A bat mitzvah is not just an ordinary birthday party that celebrates a person's birth. A bat mitzvah, however, is a part of a person's life where they become an adult, not just any adult, but a Jewish adult. One of the customs of turning a 12-year-old girl in Judaism is reading from the Torah. So I would like to take a moment to read you my dvar Torah. But before that, please join me in saying the blessing for a private Torah study. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kinshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Amen. Blessed are you, Lord our King God of the universe, who has sanctified his commandments and commanded us to engage in Talks Torah. This week's parasha is called Matot. When our forefathers were approaching the Promised Land, 2 tribes out of 12, called Reuven and Gad, requested to settle in a fertile but foreign land outside of Israel on the other side of the Jordan River. Moses agreed to the request, but only with one condition. He asked that they will always fight alongside their people in times of war. This might seem like a strange condition. Are the 2 tribes considered part of a Jewish nation only during wartime? Let's say my brothers and I had an argument. It is acceptable to go to my room and have some time alone. If, God forbid, one of my brothers got hurt or needed me for something, I would immediately come to help them and forget we even had an argument. That is what I think Moses wanted to ensure Gad and Reuven to do as well. Moses? He wanted them to continue to view themselves as members of the Jewish community and would not lose themselves as members of the Jewish community focus due to the exciting wealth of the lands they were living on. The only test that could prove their loyalty was their behavior during wartime. Another part of the parsha that I found interesting is when the Jewish people carried on war against the people of Midian. Moses gave his people specific instructions. When they returned from battle, however, Moses learned that they had failed to comply with his exact instructions. So he got up and went to meet those in charge of the battle outside the encampment. He wanted to punish them for what they had done, but he knew the right place for it, outside the camp where nobody would see or hear what he had to say. I want to take Moses' advice when I babysit this year. Let's say I babysit 2 sisters, one that's 4 years old and one that is 6 years old. The 4-year-old wasn't listening, so I pull her aside and tell her what she did wrong, but quietly so nobody hears, so she would not be embarrassed in front of her older sister. Moses did not wish to embarrass them or make them feel bad in front of their fellow Jews. He simply wanted to point out where they were wrong. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my parents for making this weekend come true. I would also like to thank my brothers, Omri and Itai, for being my best buddies. A special thanks to my mishpacha family who is here today that made sacrifices to retain their Jewish identity and pass it on to the next generation.
You survived, Maya.
Where's the tie?